Standing people, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kirby and this is Kerbside Weekly. And first of all, we're in this nice warm workshop. Got the fire going because it's freezing outside. So we just got a little handbrake adjustment on this first van, and then we've got a service to do on a Nissan Navara, which isn't there anymore, and also a service on that van. It's going to need new shoes. We've already done the first adjustment on this side, but it's going to need new shoes really. I think we're going to do the other side, see how it feels. Right, so how you adjust these, you won't be able to see in these little holes. Just in that hole there, you're not going to see it, but there's a little adjuster wheel, so we're going to adjust those to the end. Yeah, like I said, the last one was sort of way out, so yeah, probably going to have new shoes on there, but back another day for that. Discs, pads and discs are good. Right, so this one's adjusted now. I probably should have shown you how loose it was before, but yeah, we've got this to a stage where it's binding on a bit. I don't want to go too much further because there's not much thread left on that winder. Maybe we'll try a little bit more. Right, we're just underneath. So we've just adjusted the cable under here just a little bit. Right, next up we've got this Nissan Navara, and actually we've already done it. Oil change, nothing really to see here. The bonnet was stuck, so we've just sprayed that up and cleaned that up. It's not the best light in here. The only awkward thing on these is the oil filter, which I probably just see down there, right at the bottom of the pulleys. That's the only awkward thing, but other than that, it's just an oil change. So yeah, got one more oil change on a van, and then we're back to the unit. Right, third one. We've just about got this van in the unit on the ramps for an oil change. And it's still nice and toasty. Oh, look at that. I dropped the oil filter with the oil filter cup in my drain pan. And yeah, splashed everywhere. But I'm just trying to keep warm. Oh, this is lovely. This is one thing my unit is missing, any sort of heat. And actually it's not been that cold, I found, especially down south. I know you guys up north have probably had it a bit worse, but yeah, it's not been too bad down here. So once I'm in the unit and I get working, I can keep warm. But today is it's bitter. It's bitter today. January, February, always very cold. As long as it stays dry, I can stay reasonably happy. But yeah, back to the unit after this. And also I just want to say, I've seen a few comments on various videos now, especially on my weekly videos, that people quite enjoy the weekly videos, but one thing they'd like to see more is more of the repair process, so a bit more in depth. And as much as I would like to show you this would then mean the videos are going to be like, you know, 2 hours long. You know, it's a week's worth of work that I try to edit or think about what I'm going to film. So like if, for example, maybe not this because it's only quite a quick job, but you know, if I'm doing a step-by-step on every job I do, the video is going to be too long. It's going to take me hours of editing. I already take ages to edit because, yeah, there's just a lot of a lot of waffle like I'm doing now, and bits that I think, to be honest, no one's really going to want to see. Who wants to see me take off a part on every bolt? I don't know. Is that something you want to see? Maybe I do shorter videos. But at the minute, I quite enjoy doing the weekly videos, uploading that once a week. And then, like I said, I've got a few projects on the go, which I need to find time for. So that would bring me more content, or content in between the weekly videos. But yeah, hope you're enjoying it so far anyway. If you're new to the channel, yeah, don't forget, just please, just a little subscribe button down there somewhere. Just hit it, hit the bell button, give the video a like. Takes 2 seconds, it's absolutely free. I think I'm probably on about 1,800 subscribers as I film this, and I think I want to reach a target maybe by, should we say, June, of 5,000 subscribers. That'd be really good. So yeah, let's help me on the way, help me on the journey. One day I'll be 100,000 followers and subscribers. Can't really quit my day job, because my day job is the content, but you know, yeah. Right, so I'm going to finish this off anyway, and then I'll see you back at the unit. Right, we are back at the unit. Half a gearbox out. Craft the van in for front pads and discs, rear pads and discs, I believe. Yeah, and some other checkovers. But yeah, we are. Well, what's the time now? It's 2:45. It's going to be another late one. Alright, look at the state of this caliper. You can see that's just all been grinding up against the inside of the disc there. The pad's just sat between the disc and the caliper carrier, just stuck there. So this is going to need a new caliper. These pins are fucking seized. We've got an oil leak down there. I've got Carl on the job down the corner helping me out. Right, look at this. So like I said, this caliper is knackered. It's just been grinding down on the metal piston there. This slider is completely seized in. That's not coming out. I've been sent used discs, so you can just see where the paint has been taken off. So I won't be fitting those, because I don't know why they have been used so heavily and then taken off and put back in a box. I've cleaned up as much as I can underneath for the oil leak, so I need to run that up and see where that's coming from next. Might as well get started on the rears. Right, while I wait for those parts to arrive, I might as well start on the backs. So that's all done. Just got to do the other side. Where are the pads over here? So again, very, very low. Not great. Right, new bits are turned up. In that time I've got the rears done, and then I've just cleaned up the gearbox. Got to put the flywheel in here, and then I've got Carl over the road, the other mobile mechanic. He's got a unit across the road, so whilst he's here, he's going to give me a hand lifting in this gearbox. So I've just got to put the flywheel and clutch in, ready for him to come over, and then I'll get back on the van and then back on the TT. The time now is 4:45. Right, so gearbox is back in. Like I said, didn't film it, just got on with it. Clutch and flywheel all torqued up. Yeah, gearbox is back in, a lot easier with two of you. a lot easier with two of you actually. It's just because this diff side of the gearbox, you've got to put it up first and then put it into the space and then twist it and then push it in. And yeah, and trying to do that on your own is it's not fun. So yeah, brakes have arrived. I'm going to finish that up, then jump back on this. Right, just thought I'd show you. New pads and discs on. New caliper. It comes with the sliders as well. Still just got to do this side. Still got to determine where the oil leak is coming from. It's gonna be a late one. Yay, cars, I love it. Stay in school, kids. I've just gone out to, look at the state of me. I've just gone out to my van and it's snowing. It's actually settling as well. Oh my goodness. Hope I don't get snowed in. I'll definitely get all the cars finished then. Might even get my Mark II finished. For those of you that are new to the channel on this video, Mark II project. I have done one video on it, I think. So just scroll down and have a watch of that if you're interested. Hopefully I'll have some time to get the next episode out soon. So yeah, I've calmed down a little bit now and I've got a confession to make. I messed up. So obviously whilst waiting for those brake parts to turn up, I've done the rear brakes, put the gearbox back in that with Carl. The parts come, I put my side all back on, got a little bit too hasty, and I bled the system up and pumped the pedal, and yeah, the piston, one of the pistons comes shooting out of the other side that Carl was doing. So I messed about for ages just getting that back in, and then I'd get it back in, but then the boot that sits over the piston, that was just coming out a bit. So I got a bit fed up with that, as you can imagine. Yeah, so messed around for too long doing that. But anyway, let's get this Audi TT done. Time is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. So I got it out in an hour and I think a half, was it? So let's see if I can put it all back together in an hour and a half. That'll leave me to 9:30. Clearing up, that's another half an hour. 10 o'clock, get home, 10:30. All right, let's see how this... Right, I don't know why I'm going to do this to myself. Oh look, we've got the stopwatch still at the same time. So, start. Let's go. Right guys, it's 2:42. It's pretty much all done. There's just a few little trims. Just a wheel arch trim. These under trays are on. Everything else is on. But I'm really flagging now. 9:15. Oh, my back. I tell you what, I quite like working mobile sometimes because you just get to lay down on the floor all day and, you know, work up here where this ramp, you can see, I can just about get under it. And I'm not the tallest. So when I'm sort of working up here, I'm sort of bending my back. But yeah, wheel arch trims on, bleed it up. test drive, go home. 15 minutes. 20 minutes? What was the time? 15 minutes now. Stop talking. Running out of time. I'm all done. Slightly over. Just because putting things back together is always a little bit slower. And I'm tired. Because the time is now 10 past 10. So I've had a nice 14-hour shift, I think. Yeah, it's all bled up, ready to go. Just got to pack all my crap away. And up early tomorrow. Right, I'll see you in the morning for a busy one. Morning, everyone. It's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. I literally got in from work yesterday, got in a shower, and went to bed. No dinner. And my body this morning feels like it's gone 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. It's not good. Got a busy day. Gonna crack on. Hopefully all goes to plan. But I've got to stop doing this. I've got to stop trying to please everybody. If I didn't have a unit, I wouldn't be working that late. Certainly not in the cold and the dark. I just done it because I can. And that TT, he needed his car back for yesterday, ideally for work, but due to the parts, it wasn't done. So he should be picking it up this morning. I've left the keys for him. The crafter, again, he uses that daily for work. So a day that it's off the road is the day he's not earning any money. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I can't keep working till 11 o'clock at night just because I've got a nice unit to work in. Although sometimes I kind of enjoy it. I kind of enjoy working when it's quiet. I know the phone ain't going to be ringing and stopping me every 20 minutes. It's nice and quiet, so I've got no one bothering me. Can just crack on. Definitely a nice luxury to have, not gonna lie. Not gonna complain too much. But anyway, first job, full service for a battery that we done last week. A call out. As you'll see in the last video. Then we've got a set of, I think, front brakes. I can't even remember on what now. I booked it in last week, so hopefully he's still about and not gone elsewhere. And then we've got a job that I haven't done before, which is an alternator on a Vauxhall Vivaro or Renault Traffic, one of them. I haven't diagnosed this alternator. The AA have, or the RAC, one of the two. So hopefully it is that. And then that should be me for the day, but it's quite a bit of hours there, so we'll get the two easy jobs out of the way first. I mean, the third one might be easy, but I've never done one, so we'll see. Right, see you at the first one. Right, didn't really film any of that service. It's just a service on a van. But yeah, I know some of you guys like to see more in-depth repairs. So yeah, when I'm not rushing around stressing all the time, I will try and get some of that in for you. But yeah, really busy day. So camera's gonna take a back seat for a little bit, maybe. Until I get to my last job, maybe, and I know where I'm at. But yeah, wrong fuel filter was supplied for that one, or at least a superseded version, which I didn't really like, so I got a different brand, which matched the one that came out of the car. So yeah, slightly behind because I had to deal with some mongs at the supplier. not my usual supplier, just in case any of you boys are watching. But yeah, just gonna go grab some lunch, an early lunch. It's 11:30, but I'm gonna be on this next job through lunchtime, I'd imagine. So yeah, we'll see you there. This day's just getting better, isn't it? So I've just, before getting to this job I'm on, had a cancellation because I was going to get there too late. It's 12 o'clock now, and I've just come in to do front pads and discs on this Peugeot. There's nothing wrong with these pads and discs. So I'm going to go talk to the customer and see why I've been asked to do these. Bit of a strange one, guys. So obviously those pads and discs didn't need doing, they're totally brand new. So I said, why have you called me out to do these brakes? He said, oh, the brakes didn't feel very good. Alright. And he said, oh, when you moved the car, because it had a flat battery and I just had to move it. There was the stop warning and it was flashing constantly. So I thought to myself, that's got to be brake fluid's low. Sure enough, brake fluid's low, and one of the rear wheel cylinders is leaking. And then the customer just said, well, I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do with this. Might just scrap it. So I said, well, you know, I might buy it off you, do the work and then sell it, because that's my other business, buying and selling cars. And yeah, he said, why don't you just cancel your call out fee and take the car? Are you sure? Yeah, I don't want this car. It done me good for a couple of months, he said. Alright. So looks like I've got myself a little Peugeot 206. I'll pay for lost time and lost labour. I mean, it's only a Peugeot 206. It's not worth a lot, but I mean, it's worth more than what the job was going to be. That's for sure. But he was more than happy. He said if I could take it away, it'd be doing him a favour. There's a few other bits, you know, it's got some scratches and someone's keyed down the side of it and the headlights are a bit foggy, bumpers hanging off. We've got another job coming, some more brakes from a customer, and I look after him and his family, so it's just failed an MOT. So we're going to go and do those. Right, after 2 cancelled jobs, I've got another customer that's called me up. Just failed this MOT, and I'm going to show you what it's failed on. You tell me if that's a failure, them pads and those discs. Granted, they're worn, but the minimum thickness I believe is 1.6mm for pads. And yeah, I'll measure them, but they're definitely thicker than that. Maybe the other side's thinner, but certainly this side ain't too bad. Alright, well, we've done one side and we are back on the other side, so fair play. This pad, I'll just show you in the light, it is knackered. It's all falling to bits at the bottom and it's quite thin. So yeah, the garage ain't trying to play a fast one. But alright, that's the discs done, both sides. Just got to drop it round back to the garage, which is only round the corner. Just got to tighten up the wheels. I always forget these little caps. Just put this on the back, and that'll be me done for the day, I reckon. Might go home and do my dad's drive shaft, but see if I can be bothered. Right, last one of the day. My dad's Golf GTI. CV joint is knackered. Clip come off. Lost all its grease. Just knocking. So I've just thrown a new one in there. He's had this on my drive for the last 3 weeks, where he's gone on holiday over Christmas and New Year. And I just couldn't be bothered to get it done. It's a nice easy job, but just putting it off. And whilst I had a bit of spare time, quickly knocked that out. So this is my old one and my new one. So if you're new to the channel, go check out the edition 30. But yeah, I sold this to my dad a few years ago. Always loved the Mark V. Yeah, right, see you tomorrow. Morning everyone. Join me on a nice cold Wednesday. Just waiting for the van to heat up, and it's a bit of a late start. It's 9:30. I just didn't set an alarm last night. Just thought I'd have a nice rest to set me up for the rest of the week. Just a day of diag today, so yeah, that's not going to keep me warm, but yeah, at least it'll be a little bit less physical, I think, anyway. Oh, we've got a door lock to do this morning on an Evoque. Now it's actually quite bright today. But as you come down the side of the house, I'm in the shade. But anyway, we've got the door card off. We've just got to take this whole panel off here, and then we've got access to the door lock. Now apparently they've tried it themselves already, got to the part where they can remove the lock, but it was just a bit tight, so we'll see what's going on there. Right, so we've got that panel off now. We can see inside the lock, and I think it was maybe this window runner that they couldn't get the lock past, so I might have to loosen it up. We'll do the window up first. Right, so there we go. One door lock. A little bit fiddly. So where it goes into these little brackets here and here, you've got, see if I can get it on the camera. You've got these little pieces here, and see those tabs at the bottom? You've got to pull them. See, they've got a little lip. You've got to pull them down and then slide it. So it's a little bit tricky doing it in there, but it's doable. Right, let's get them swapped over. Right, so a little problem here. This is the old door lock. So we'll have a look at that. Right. This is the old cover that came off of this piece here. So that just slides on and then gives protection for the cables that go down to these latches. And this is the new one. It's not got that one. It's not got that piece there. So none of my suppliers, I don't think, are going to be able to get hold of that. It'll be a main dealer part or another eBay part, I think. But that's not good because the door is now in pieces. Got to put it all back together. So that's the door card back together. Just check everything works. And I've actually made a little video because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but him and his dad had a go at replacing it previously to calling me, and just got stuck on getting the cables off of the lock, I think, and getting it out. So I've just made him a little video just in case he wants to try it again himself. Again, just saves the customer a bit of money. A genuine door lock's about 153 plus the VAT. So I'm sure the eBay one was probably about 40 quid. So there's a bit of a difference there. So if he can save a bit of money by actually doing the whole job himself, I've made him a video which will or should help him get it done. Right, so we've left that one now. Like I said, I made him a few videos just in case he wants to do it himself. But to be honest, this one slipped the net a little bit because I normally say to people I don't fit customer supplied parts. I only fit the parts that I supply. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is because 9 times out of 10 someone will just see the cheapest version online on eBay and it's not the correct one, it's just cheap. So at least, you know, when I get the parts, more likely they're going to be right. Obviously don't get it right all the time due to some variance in some parts, but generally my suppliers, they'll cross-reference everything with the dealer, or if it's something I can't get from my supplier or dealer's too expensive, I'll do my research onto which one's the correct online part. And then obviously then you've got warranty purposes. If I fit a part that fails and the customer supplied it, there's no warranty with it. So I've got to then charge the customer again. A lot of people think us mechanics are out here making millions off of parts that we sell on, you know, like we get it dirt cheap and we're selling it for more than double the price, which isn't the case. And now we're on our way to have a look at a Toyota RAV4 for an oil leak, I believe. Quite a substantial oil leak by the sounds of it from when I spoke to him last week. So we'll have a look once we're there. Right, see you there. Right, just finished having a look at that oil leak. It was just oil filter, it was loose. And it's going to be debatable whether or not I get paid from that job. I won't say too much, but a certain type of person, shall I say. So we'll see if we get paid from that. Really nice bloke, but yeah, we'll have to see. Come to get payment just for a call out, and he didn't have cash. He didn't have his card on him, so he said just text him here my bank details and he'll get his wife to do it. But luckily it was a job where I've used no parts and I've spent very little time there, so yeah, on to the next one. I forgot to save this guy's number when he called up a few days ago. I've got a funny feeling, because he sounded like he was in a rush, so I've got a funny feeling he would have got someone else out to it sooner. But I'm going to head there anyway, have a look. Apparently we've got a non-start and a bit of a boost leak on this BMW, so right, as suspected, no one's in. 2 cars are there, but no one's in. Partly my fault. Normally whenever someone books in, I save their number in my phone, or at least I write it in my notes along with what work they need, their address and all that, but I hadn't done it this time. So I've just left a note saying, sorry I missed you, call back to rearrange. And that's me done for the day. Bit of a short day really. Still no payment from my last job. Shock. Not that I'm too bothered. I mean, you know, didn't spend any time there and no parts. Not a massive loss. And now it gives me time or a chance to go up the unit and finish the Mark 6 Golf engine swap. It's all done. I've just got to put a couple of trims back on, one wheel bolt, one drive shaft bolt that I somehow lost in the unit. So I've got another one of those. Give it a test drive, get it back to the customer. Right, Golf's all done. I say all done, I must be going absolutely mental because I'm sure I've mentioned about the drive shaft, one of the 6 drive shaft bolts I lost on one side. Can't find it anywhere in the unit. I've had a bit of a tidy up, but still can't find it. So my mate dropped me one a couple of days ago. Must have put it in a safe space, and I can't find it again. But everything else is done. Right, sorry, got distracted there with the phone call, but we are just about to set off on its maiden voyage. So yeah, let's get cracking. Right, semi-successful. I'll bring you in here because it's a bit quieter. Semi-successful test drive. When I say that, drove like a dream, plenty of power, no knocks and bangs. And just as I was coming back to the unit, the coil light was flashing, which it's not anymore. I haven't cleared any codes, but it was coming back for exhaust temperature sensor, open circuit basically. And I've just had a look, quick look. That's all fine. I thought maybe if a wire was chafed or something, but no, that's fine. And I've just come back in, turned the car on, and the light's gone off. So I'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick tidy up with all my parts in the back of the van and my tools ready for tomorrow. Nice easy day tomorrow, and I'm not going to take on any more work. I'm just going to do, I've got pads and discs all round for that Berlingo I done a service for, which I don't know if I actually showed you. And then I've got an alternator on a Fiesta, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. No call outs. And then Friday again, I've only got that one alternator on the Vivaro that cancelled or rescheduled. So yeah, right, see you tomorrow. Morning everyone. It's Thursday, I think. Thursday. It's not a good start. Firstly, I messed up a bit, so I've got a customer. I think he texted me Monday, and his handbrake's not working on his BMW X3. So I said, yeah, I can come Thursday morning, mate, not a problem. That was that. And then I just didn't write him in the diary. I didn't put it in. I think I must have been doing something else at the time. Forgot to put him in. But in the meantime, obviously, I've booked work in. So I'm back here now for the Citroen Berlingo. I've done a full service on for pads and discs, front and rear. And I get here and the van's not here. Yeah, they've sent the driver out. I've now got to go and fit my X3 handbrake cable customer in, but he's in the totally opposite direction where I want it to be today. But these things happen. I'll get it all done, hopefully. Right, driver's turned up, can get cracking. New brakes are nearly on this side, so yeah, just got to get it done as quickly as possible, and then I'll probably go and see my X3 handbrake guy, and then go and do the alternator, because that car's at home all day and it's nearer to my house. So right, so onto the rears. Done the near side front. I'm just going to do the near side rear at the same time while I'm this side of the van. Now on these, you've got the wheel bearing. It's incorporated into the disc on these. You can just see how low those pads are. And as always, if you're new to the channel, only use Pagid or similar. So yeah, you can see the wheel bearing is incorporated into the disc on these. A lot of French manufacturers do it. Now for the second time this week, we've got a box that's already been opened, on brake discs. And you can just see this outer ring. I'm pretty sure this is the pickup ring for the ABS. I'm pretty sure on these. That's a bit damaged. And then also we've got the hardware missing. So it normally comes with a new cap that you put over the front, new nut. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to give it a go. It might not affect the ABS sensor. So we've just very carefully taken this dust cap off. That'll be fine to go back on. And again, we've carefully just knocked back this notch on the nut. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. We'll see. We'll take it for a drive afterwards. Right, what I'm going to do, because if I show you, don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's the ABS sensor right there, and as I turn the wheel, that pickup ring might be faulty. So what I'm going to do, I've got the little handy pocket e-diag from King Bowling here. We're going to plug this in. Right, hopefully you can see the graph here, and as I spin the wheel, trying to keep the camera still, trying to keep a steady speed on there. I think that'll be fine. Right, let's crack on. Right, those brakes are all done. Weren't too bad in the end. Got them done fairly quick. Now I'm just on my way to see the wife at work because she is going to give me a lift to my free car. Because the guy that I forgot to book in this morning, I've just said I can come to him now, but he said he's miles away. So we've rebooked for Monday morning now, and he's actually in the diary, I haven't forgot. So yeah, gonna go pick up this free car. Might just need a top up of brake fluid just to get it back to the father-in-law's yard, because I don't really want to drive it too far with a leaking wheel cylinder. So luckily his is 5 minutes round the corner. So yeah, I'll show you this beauty in a minute. Right, here she is, guys. Little Peugeot 206 in silver. Not bad little runner. Got a bit of condensation in there, scratch down there. Interior could do with a nice clean. Right, I'm just going to nurse it home by putting a bit of brake fluid in. Ticking over quite nicely actually. But yeah, we can just see down there it's completely empty. Right guys, I'll just stick you down there because I haven't got my mount with me. No, okay, right. I've got very little brakes, so we're just gonna nurse it back. Got the handbrake, got some brakes, not much. Luckily we're literally just driving it down the road, so hopefully we're going to be alright. I'll tell you what guys, this isn't a bad little car. Clutch is good. I mean, it's only a little 1.1 engine, but you know, it's fairly smooth, fairly quiet. Suspension wise, it's not too bad. It's a little bit creaky, but there's no real knocks and bangs. Right, that's the car dropped back at the father-in-law's yard. I'll try and get on that next week, so not for it to hang around. So now we've just got to go pick up an alternator for this Fiesta. So that's the alternator out. It's headlight out. Headlight was almost hanging out anyway. And these stretch belts, especially if it's got a double pulley down the bottom, I don't know if you can see somewhere, they're very tight to get on, and this belt is in decent condition. It's been changed before. Right, there are two different types of alternators, a 90 amp one and there was a 100 and something, I think, but they are actually different in the way they are laid out. So if I lay that out the same, you can see the plug is up here, the plug is down there on this one, so that one's definitely wrong. Right, that's the alternator done, charging as it should, and that's Thursday done. And that is 10 days in a row straight. Tomorrow is my last day. I'm not working the weekend. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it now. Tomorrow is a fairly easy day. I've had a customer call me up, a good customer of mine. Actually, the dad of the guy who had the Audi A3 front brakes, his dad. So it's failed his MOT on his Peugeot, on a couple of tyres, and also the track rod end on the near side. And I've done that probably, I'd say 2 months ago, maybe. It weren't long ago. I changed both track rods and I think inners as well, and apparently there's play in one of those. So yeah, if there is play, I will replace that under warranty. And then I've just got an alternator on the Renault Traffic, which I've not done before, so I'll just take my time doing that, and I can put my feet up for the weekend. Right, we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning everyone. Join me slightly later in the morning because I forgot my camera at home. So I went out and quickly sorted that track rod end. That turned out just the nut that holds the track rod end was just ever so slightly loose, like half a turn, I'd say. Bit suspicious. The garage which my customer took his car to for the MOT, apparently they were quite rude to him and seemed a bit forceful to get work done. Now I'm not saying they've done anything, but yeah, it was literally half a turn on that. But that's sorted, no new parts needed. Couple of number plate bulbs. Come home quickly to get my camera. And I've had a quick call from someone I done a starter motor for. It's probably on one of the weekly videos, a crafter. He said the van's not starting, it turns over, makes a whooshing noise and then just dies. So I've not really got the time to be doing it, but here I go again, trying to please everybody. So we're going to have a quick look at that. I told him it'd be a very quick look, it won't be a proper diagnosis if I have to go too far into it. And then got to go and do this alternator. So we'll see you at one of these. Right, so that one I just went out to quickly, the call out, non-start. Bit of an odd one, but I'm pretty sure now it's a starter motor. I put one on again a couple of months ago, a Lucas one. And at first I thought, oh, it's just a crap alternator has failed. But there's oil leaking onto the starter motor, and also he says the van takes ages to start, so it just turns over. So I think he's a combination of he's worn it out and there's oil leaking on it. So we bump started it just to get him to his job. I told him just to leave it running, and then I'll sort him out an alternator, starter motor. Yeah, I said to him maybe today, but you know. Right, we've got to this stage. Front bumper's off, lights, little cover that just goes in here, which is that. Take the power steering pump pulley off because the top bolt just gets in the way. But yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be a lot worse, but you can see all this oil that's been leaking from somewhere. It's absolutely everywhere. Probably a good idea to get the starter motor done at the same time, I think, but seeing as these jobs ain't actually that bad, we'll just wait for that to see if that goes. It might not go. But yeah, here's the alternator covered in oil. We're just gonna put the new one in, job done. Oh, there you go, new one's on, belt's on. Like I said, there's just so much oil. I've let the customer know. Yeah, if it goes again, it's not covered under warranty. A bit like that starter motor from today, actually. I'm not going to warrant that. Oil leaking on it, and plus he said it just takes forever to start, so I think he's worn it out, or even the ring gear on the flywheel. So I'm not going to warrant that. Yeah, just got to get the front end back together now, which shouldn't take long. And then I'm gonna have to see my brother-in-law's Vito van. He's got issues with it, so I said I'd have a look for him, and I might buy it off him. Don't tell the wife. Don't need another vehicle. Right, just went to go see the brother-in-law's Vito. It's got some power steering fault, which I think is to do with the auxiliary battery, or a little control unit next to it, I think. But that's me done for the week. If you've made it this far, thanks a lot for watching. I know it's been a long one this week. I hope you've liked it, and just make sure, if you're a new viewer, just hit that subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it, and we'll see you next week.